On this episode, I look at what's going on with Dash Brazil, an update on the public relations campaign in Germany, and a welcome address from the Tao of Satoshi. This is Dash Decentral.
Featuring Dash news and opinion from around the globe, this is Dash Decentral. Now here's your host, Brian Davis.
Hello and welcome to Dash Decentral. I am your host, Brian Davis. Thank you so much for joining us for this, our first ever episode. This is the magazine-style program with segments from around the globe, and they will be presented by the members of the worldwide Dash community. We invite you to subscribe below and make sure you hit the bell to be notified every time a new episode is uploaded. To start us off on this first ever episode, we have a special introductory greeting from my co-producer on this program. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Tao of Satoshi.
Thanks, Brian. Hello, everyone. I'm Tao of Satoshi for Dash Decentral. Thanks for checking out our pilot episode. This show will be about celebrating Dash's accomplishments and global diversity. We will feature submissions from all over Dash Nation. And remember, if we use your video on the show, you will get rewarded in Dash. I'm looking forward to seeing what exactly you feel is an important topic to draw attention to from an investor and a user standpoint. Our host Brian has many years of broadcasting experience and is really looking forward to producing Dash Decentral. Here's to a long run for this show. Let's make Dash impossible to ignore. So let's get into this. I would like to talk about the challenges we at Dash face as an organization from a decreased price and in turn a decreased treasury. Crypto prices in general are very speculative and may not reflect the true value of any project. It looks more like a popularity contest at this stage of the industry's growth. When the market forces are bringing the price down, it can be very easy to become down and believe that there may be no future in Dash. Remember though, that there will come a time where the Dash market is more representative of results and not just speculation. The work that we do now will serve us well in the future when we have built bustling ecosystems in places like Venezuela, Germany, and Zimbabwe. Our work will lead to usage of Dash around the world, one business and consumer at a time. Our work will lead to quality products to be built on top of Dash's network and revolutionary decentralized API. Our work will lead to a strong Dash nation, with passionate people bringing knowledge of Dash to all corners of the globe. There's a saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and it certainly applies right now. Instead of concentrating on the Dash price, which is subject to manipulation, let's work to make the experience of buying, storing, and using Dash the best it can be. And let's do it using all our strengths. That will make us even stronger when the fickle markets turn. Do we want Dash to be a dominant global currency? Let's work, Dash Nation. Back to you, Brian.
Thank you very much, Tao. And yes, I agree, we definitely want this to be a global effort in spreading the word. Now, I have a personal challenge here. I may be the host of this program, but I am a newcomer to the world of Dash. So what can you tell me about Dash? I challenge the members of the Dash community to put together 2 or 3 to 5 minute videos telling newbies to the Dash world exactly everything they need to know about this cryptocurrency. Put together your videos and send them to the email listed in the descriptions below, and maybe we'll see your contribution on a future episode. Now continuing on, our next segment comes to us from South America. The Dash community is very active there, especially in Brazil. And our correspondent Rod has an update on what's going on with Dash in his country.
Hi everybody, Rod here from Dash Digital Cash Brazil, reporting for Dash Central, this new initiative that's gonna actually combine the information from all the communities around the world, and I'm gonna give you some information as well what's happening in South America and of course in Brazil. One of the things that I want to mention that's been extremely successful, of course, is to have the dash.org website translated into Portuguese, because that's the website that I promote the most on every single video, and this gives more comfort to any user to actually read on their own native language all the information that they do require to start downloading a wallet, and all the information that you guys already know how we have at dash.org. Another thing that I'd like to mention here that we have, it's Stratum Coin BR. The CEO, Rossello Lopez, he's been a great advocate for Dash Digital Cash since even before I started in this community. The platform now, which Dash was one of the first coins implemented, but this platform allows you to pay bills by phone card and much more. He expanded to South Africa as well, and a different community where he also has business. But I do have an interview here with Rossello in English. If anybody wants to take a look, this is the interview that I have on my channel. I do have a playlist in English with all the interviews. I noticed after a while it was important for me to create a playlist and start creating content in English for the Dash community and the Masternode community to know exactly what was happening in Brazil. And as you can see, Rossello is not a big fan of banks by his t-shirt, but he's also been suing all the banks in Brazil, and he won all the lawsuits because the banks close all his bank accounts with absolutely no reason, and Brazil has laws that protect the consumer for that. And he's on this fight still, if I'm not wrong, with 2 more banks. There's also a couple interviews with Rossello at Dash Force News. If you'd like to take a look from about 1.5 years ago, there's tons of segments here, so I actually encourage you to take a look. Rossello is fearless. He is one of the biggest advocates for Dash and cryptocurrency in Brazil. He's also the largest Dash miner that we have in Brazil. He has a whole mining operation in Paraguay. Another exchange that does accept Dash in Brazil I want to mention is Braziliex. It's a platform. They have other coins available as well. And I also have an interview here with Ricardo, the owner, but unfortunately he does not speak English, but I'll try to bring one interview with him as well. So I want to mention those 2 exchanges because among those 2 exchanges and 2 other exchanges that deals with Bitcoin only, Brazil today has more people investing in cryptocurrency than the stock market. And they've done this job in only 4 or 5 years. That's how old those exchanges are. And the stock market in Brazil is over 110 years old. So this is something actually very significant to mention as well. Another thing that I want to mention as well for the community, I do have a playlist on my channel with interviews in English with the toppest name in cryptocurrency in Brazil and in the world. So take a look if you have some spare time. Leave your comment there. There's interviews from Colombia events, the BitConf, the North American Bitcoin Conference, also Anarcapulco, what's the other one, Token Fest, and much more. So take a look, everybody. I encourage you to actually get some information for what's happening here in Brazil. Another thing that I want to mention as well, that in Brazil there's an explosion of P2P dealing with Dash. One example is this website, Everton. He stopped dealing Bitcoin and only focus on Dash, and he has this really good looking website where you can buy and sell Dash. I do have an interview with him as well. In Portuguese, we have a Global Money Trading, which is a website developed by one of the friends. Actually, he's the owner of the website. I recorded tons of podcasts with him. He's also very good friends with Samuel Barbosa, the core team developer. That's another example how they've been using Dash Digital Cash even to pay bills. And Kamani as well, it's another example. These guys, they even have their website in English as well. So those are actually cool examples that you can see how Dash Digital Cash is being used in Brazil, mostly as trading and of course to pay bills as well. So that's my contribution to Dash Central, everybody. Once again, Rod here from Dash Digital Cash Brazil. I'll see you later.
Thank you very much, Rod. And yes, folks, we have told Rod to lose the ticker the next time he sends us a video because those prices are way out of date by the time we produce this episode. Our final segment on this premiere episode comes to us from Europe, specifically Germany. Dash Embassy DACH has been working very hard to increase the profile of Dash in their country, so much so that they have hired a public relations firm to do the work of spreading the word. Our Jans Heinrich Meyer recently spoke with 2 ladies from that public relations firm and got an update on how the campaign is going.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jan-Heinrich Meyer, aka Ezra and Dash Nation, as you might know already. And this is a short update about the PR work we are doing in the German-speaking countries, or better, not we are, the embassy directly, but the PR agency, Hoschken Consorten, we're working with. And so I want to introduce to you Natalia and Christina and hand right over to them so they can present the outcome of their work during the last 6 months. Let's go.
So we set out with a distinctive strategy to strengthen Dash's perception as a trusted partner for merchants and institutions, as well as an expert in cryptocurrencies and in the needs of merchants at the point of sale, which is actually one of our USPs. And so on the right-hand side, you can see where this is leading us. What you see here is an article and an interview for one of the leading broadcasting stations that we have in Germany. It is based on a comprehensive interview with Jan as our Dash Embassy founder, and the headline and lead question for this article is, cryptocurrencies, is Dash the better cryptocurrency? And the answer to that is, of course, yes, at the end of the article. So let's take a closer look. If we compare number of articles and reach year over year, as we've done on the left-hand side, we can see that Bitcoin is clearly leader of the pack, but also that Dash is runner-up. And that is quite a good performance from our perspective. So baseline here, Dash's media representation is growing notably. To stress this, we've singled out reach as a criterion on the right-hand side, which demonstrates particularly well that Dash is on the heels of Bitcoin. And that's how we want it to be. This is impressive on a broader year-over-year perspective, but it is also nice to see in slightly more detailed comparison. So here you can see the share of voice development in Q1 2018 as compared to Q2 2017. In both periods, Dash is still coming in second after Bitcoin, and it is positioned ahead of Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Monero. In fact, in the past 7 months, Dash has reached 4 million more people in the DACH region than in the second half of 2017.
Yeah, thank you, Christina. I would like to show you what we did in the last 6 months in order to get to this performance. So we created a press kit for journalists, which includes all facts about Dash and the Dash Embassy. This is a basic PR tool in order to inform journalists about the most important facts about what we're doing. So we also created 8 pages of a Q&A. What do we need a Q&A for? Well, it's a basis for interviews with journalists and also written interviews. Very important so that everyone talking on behalf of Dash speaks with the same voice and has the same answers to questions of journalists. So this was a very important basis information. So what did we do next? We published 12 press releases in the last 6 months in order to communicate news of Dash and also partnerships. And why press releases? This is a very good tool in order to address journalists in a very professional, formal way. Our contacts do appreciate that kind of content, and they also published all of the press releases in different channels, which is a sign that this is a good idea to communicate with journalists. The Dash Embassy was also published in Startup News and Banking and Finance News. And here you can see that our aim in order to show that Dash is a very transparent cryptocurrency with a face. You can see Jan as a face for the German-speaking area, a very trustworthy cryptocurrency, which you can just call and visit in Lübeck or in Vienna. So this shows that we reached our aim in this part.
Yeah, so in conclusion, or as a summary, we got 12 press releases, we had 133 articles and podcasts published in German-speaking media. We increased the reach of Dash by 4 million in the last months and had a share of voice of 9.4%. And I think this is, the right track. We're on the right track. And so let's get back to work. Thank you, Natalia. Thank you, Christina, for your great job. Yeah, let's go on and increase and bring Dash to mass adoption.
Thank you, Jans, and thank you, Christina and Natalia, for the work you are doing to help improve the profile of Dash in the German-speaking world. Well, that about does it for this, the first ever episode of Dash Decentral. As you have seen, this is going to be a global effort, and we invite video submissions from everybody in the worldwide Dash community. So put together a 3 to 5 minute video segment on any subject you feel the Dash community or newcomers to Dash would find interesting, and then send it to us at the email listed below in the description. You may see your segment on a future episode of Dash Decentral. Thanks again for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below and then hit the bell to be notified every single time a new episode is uploaded. See you soon, right here on Dash Decentral. Cheers!